the 2024 Concacaf Futsal Championships, and it is going to be an absolute bang as Canada take on the host Nicaragua. Each team needs to win. As we see the standings here in Group B, Panama advancing as the first place team with 6 points. Cuba just beating Panama, clinched that second spot with 5. And now Nicaragua and Canada can finish as one of the top 2 third place finishers. But they're going to need a win and full points tonight as we take a look at the brackets. The Dominican Republic going against Cuba in the next round. Guatemala versus Mexico. But who will play the 3-time defending champions Costa Rica? And on the other side of the bracket, the strong Panamanian side. Those games that determine the 4 CONCACAF slots into the 24 FIFA Futsal World Cup being held later this fall in Uzbekistan. Those quarterfinal matches coming up this Wednesday, April the 17th, available on CONCACAF Go, CONCACAF's YouTube channel, and or the TV rights holders in your respective countries. Do not miss it. Every single team is going to give every ounce that they have left to clinch that spot. And the 2 teams looking to get to at least the quarterfinal stage are due to come on any moment now. And you can hear the horns, the clapping, the signs. Everything in this arena just reverberates. It is absolutely fantastic here in front of 8,000 capacity in the Polideportivo. Alexis Arguello, the former mayor of Managua and the former Central American boxing legend, naming this beautiful arena with this perfect sound for a futsal game of epic proportions. And they want to see their home team get to that next level and qualify for their first FIFA Futsal World Cup. And you couldn't really ask for a better crowd. Forget football. It's Monday Night Futsal here in Managua. And just recapping yesterday from match day 2, we saw Panama continuing its winning form with a 7-3 result against Canada, with Alfonso Mackenzie and Abdiel Ortiz leading the attack for Panama. But Canada, Noek Kwame, the man to watch for the Canadian side, scored a hat-trick yesterday. All goals for Canada in their 7-3 loss. He's going to be the key talisman that Canada rely on to advance to the quarterfinal stage. Meanwhile, Cuba and Nicaragua played to a very beautiful 2-2 draw that was thrilling to the last second of the match. And George Gonzalez was opening the scoring for Cuba, while Jose did that lead, but Lester Kripp brought in 2 goals to tie it up for the Nicaraguan side. And Kripp, number 7 tonight for Nicaragua, is going to be the one to watch for the home side. Number 9 for Noek Kwame. Number 7, Lester Kripp. We can hear this crowd getting ready, and we hope everyone watching across in Nicaragua, back in Canada, and the rest of CONCACAF are about to enjoy a crack of a match as the officials bring out the match ball as the players walk out of the tunnel. And you can just hear this stadium buzzing. This is a beehive, and it is about to go down in just a few minutes. And if you're just joining us, Cuba edged out Panama in an absolute thriller, 3-2 to clinch their spot. The young Cuban side with an average age of 21 years old. And Canada, 25.3 years of age. A young, speedier team. And we'll wait after the national anthems of both nations.
mantenemos en pie para escuchar el himno de Nicaragua.
There you have it. Fantastic sound there for Hail to Thee, Nicaragua, as well as O Canada. As the players line up, slapping hands in the sportsmanship. And that's about as nice as it's gonna get when that whistle goes off with everything on the line. The format here at the Concacaf Futsal Championship sees the top 2 teams in each group. And there's 3 groups of 4. The 2 best third-place finishing teams to advance. And as we take a look at the Canada roster, starting in goal, John Smits, followed by Yassine Saad and Busha Abdel Mohamin. The star number 9, Loic Kwame, Safwan Mala, and coach Kit Zelenopoulos. As we see the Canadians getting ready, and also the young Nicaraguan side ready to perform in front of their home crowd here. And if they score first, you better believe it's gonna get loud, real loud. The horns reverberating almost sounds like the vuvuzelas in the 2010 South African World Cup, much to the chagrin of some. Just imagine it amplified in an arena with a closed roof. That's what it's like over here. So we have the ceremonial coin flip with match officials Diego Lopez from Costa Rica, Jorge Antonio Flores from El Salvador, Manuel Rosario from the Dominican Republic, and Matt Rodman from the United States of America. This has certainly been probably the toughest group as we take a look at the Nicaragua roster. Goalkeeper Rudy Rodriguez. We talked about the star Lester Kripp, Ezequiel Sequeira, Adeli Lacayo, and Brian Correa, number 11, and coach Carlos Sotela. You're going to see a lot of Sotela on the sidelines. Very animated coach, very energetic, very knowledgeable, and he's hoping to deliver a big victory tonight for the home team. Just minutes away from kickoff. The biggest game of both these countries of the last 3 years. I say 3 because the last qualifiers were in 2021 during the COVID era. Ladies and gentlemen, we have kickoff. Canada first. Coming out, the trusty defender Daniel. And Busha. Number 7 in the lower part of the screen over there with the captain's armband. Ball passed over to Loic Kwame, the 27-year-old hat-trick hero yesterday in a losing 7-3 effort. Played the season in the PLFQ, only 3 games with Evolution Futsal. Standing out as one of Canada's best futsal players of the last few years. Make sure you keep an eye on him. If Canada is to threaten, he's Vaz's number 10 over there, Safwan Mala. It'll be a corner kick for Canada early on here in the first minute of the first half of the final match in Group B. Nothing to do there. As we see Sotela on the sides, and Safwan Mala, only one of 2 returning Canadians from the 2021 roster out there. What's amazing is that he's only 22 years of age, a long career ahead of him. Mala battling it out. No foul called there by the official. Canada will get possession at center court. And Mbusha, the man from Sporting Montreal, laying the ball off to Kwame. Picked up again by Yassine Saad, also 22 years old, from Sporting Montreal. 7 Sporting Montreal players on this national team. That's half of the 14-man roster. The club depleted at the Futsal Canadian Championship yesterday as they lost to Nueva de Octubre, who won their 2nd star over there in the beautiful city of Calgary, Alberta. The sacrifice of all these players. 3 from Octubre, missing 7 from Sporting Montreal. 10 of the 14, those 2 clubs alone. As we see the goalkeeper come out from Nicaragua, Rudy Rodriguez. Back over to Lester Cripp, the man with 2 goals in yesterday's game, to earn that point with Cuba. As Canada come out of their zone. They're gonna make moves as Mala putting it into the center, but picked off by Nicaragua. Attempt out there by Lacayo, the 31-year-old. As we take another look, right-footed shot, covered the angle there. It was Big John Smits, the 35-year-old former University of Toronto goalkeeper. Won the national championships in Canada last year with Octubre, and now finding himself national team. Canada pressing. Deep in, a right-footed shot hitting the outside of the goal out there was Big Mbusha, the captain of this Canadian team, 30 years of age, also part of Sporting Montreal. As we see Rodriguez toss it out into the Canada zone, brought back and will be picked up by Lacayo. And the pass out of bounds out there. Correa couldn't keep it in. As we see Montessor El Harchali come into the match for Canada, number 6, the crossing into the center of the screen there. And we say crossing because there was a lot of rotations in futsal. Person offensively and defensively responsible for each other. A truly remarkable sport. Kwame, number 9, cutting into the center. That's one of his favorite spots to be. It was absolutely dangerous yesterday, as we see Canada going in just outside of the area. And both number 9s going at it. Sequera from Nicaragua and Kwame. The inbounds. Montessor kicked out there by Rodriguez. Smith's coming out of his goal. Daniel Chamelet, number 11 at the back. Chamelet has played in 4 Concacaf Futsal Championships, and he's only 31 years old. The most experienced player here on the court. Highly respected veteran. As we see him quarterback this situation, bringing it over to Obeng Tabi, who's passed just eludes Kwame. Canada was part of the 1989 FIFA Futsal World Championship as an invited team, as it was the first ever edition of the competition, but have since yet to qualify for the tournament, as we see coach Kit Saladopoulos in his third attempt to take Canada to the World, taking the reins of the team first for 2016 and 2021. We see a turn here. Kwame just not able to keep his footing, and it's a hard man to keep down, as we see a foul called against Safwan Mala. Taking it, there's Lester Cripp. Again, scored 2 goals. As we take another look again, putting the palms out was Mala. We'll have the cleanup crew come out and get rid of some of that sweat on that court. It is an absolutely unforgiving surface to land on. No cushion of the grass and soil here. This is straight hard court for the hardcore player. As Nicaragua give up possession, Canada on the attack. As we see Mala get the corner, poked out there by Patrick Luna. And Yassine Saad with the kick in. Canada will have another attempt. Shot wide there by Saad, the young 22-year-old. A lot of flair, a lot of fantastic footwork. You see a lot of him is, solid ball for Nicaragua. But the counter now with one of the fastest men in the game, Kwame. Over, down to Mala. Canada having the corner. And back up to navigate to Chamalé. Puts it to Kwame on the right side. Ooh, through the legs, Kwame with the shot, and a big-time save by Rudy Rodriguez. We knew Loic Kwame was going to be dangerous. Look at this, Salad, and then a right-footed shot. Probably wouldn't have hit the net. Rodriguez not taking any chances whatsoever. Reactionary save, corner kick, Canada. In a 1v1 scenario with Saad, left-footed. Rodriguez kicking it out. Canada looking to put the pressure early on here in the opening 5 minutes of the first half of match day 3, the final match of the day of the group stage. Whichever team wins is advancing on to the next round. A tie is not enough. And Chamalé navigating, great pass, down deep. Left-footed angle, and it's an own goal! Canada opened the scoring! Oh! And Roberto Diaz in the wrong place at the wrong time as Canada go up 1-0. As we see Sebastian Lopez putting it over in front of the net and right off of Diaz. Any way you can get him, especially when the stakes are this high. Canada 1-0. 14:53 left here in the first half in Managua. Nicaragua with a kick in, deep in the Canada zone. A lot of space for the shot. And a big save there by John Smits. Not going to have to leave a lot of space for Nicaragua to take their opportunities here. But luckily the big man covering much of the goal was there to save Canada. The referee calling for possession in Nicaragua. Cross court over there was Diaz. man who the ball rebounded off. So we see Canada lines again, cutting into the corner and a big shot. Just missed out wide there by Madzi Jalab, the 20-year-old from Albi Futsal Club in Montreal. Nicaragua on the attack now. Palacios, his pass was picked off. Madzi back to Kwame. Barrientos trying to push the pace. Talk about the last time Canada was at the Futsal World Championship as an invitee. They were in a group with Belgium, Argentina, and Japan, and Canada actually got the win over Japan. They made it to the quarterfinal stage last time in 2021, losing out on penalties at the quarterfinal stage in ultimate heartbreak to Panama, who also defeated them yesterday 7-3, and now find themselves in a must-win position. As we see Canada on the attack again, and the speed of Kwame, and a big-time shot, and a big save by Rudy Rodriguez, the 28-year-old who plays at Santa Emilia in Nicaragua. Rodriguez was a big Nicaragua, earning the point yesterday. As we take a look at the replay, big shot, and Rodriguez getting low to prevent going down 2-0. Nicaragua here on the counter. A little bit of a misstep. Foul called. Kick in for the boys in blue. Here we go, Palacios trying to make the move. Got caught out of position. Kwame's going to want to go 1v1 here, but instead, oh, here was a opportunity, big time. We saw Saad go down to the far post. And Nicaragua countering back and forth. Saad going again. Wanted to take on both defenders, and it usually doesn't work out so well. And that was the case there. As Nicaragua come out of their zone. This is your first time tasting the Futsal Super. Hope you're enjoying it. Nicaragua with the shot, and another big save there by John Smits. Trying to put it far side was Barrientos. A couple opportunities yesterday, and another one here by Nicaragua, far over the top of the bar. See Chevalet deeply putting the ball in the corner, picked up and navigated by Sebastian Lopez. Colombian just getting his Canadian citizenship last year. One of the star players at Toronto Idolo over in Toronto, two-time national champions. Canada working hard. Chamelet doing great work and still maintaining possession. Thought that might have been a foul. Referee saying much about it. Carlos Sotella saying, hey, good job, kid, helping him out. And that's the kind of experience you need from the 31-year-old. See Montassar bring it back in to Chamelet. Solid recovery there, but now we got a 1v1 with Nicaragua. Right foot just left of the mark. When you're in these 1v1 situations, you got to go for it. Ball gets right through the legs of Chamelet. Ooh. Arm flying up, hitting the face of Barrios there, and Obeng Tabi drawing the foul. And in futsal, there's 5 accumulated fouls per half. Every foul a team commits after 5 results in an unobstructed free kick from 10 meters out. It is essentially a penalty. You got the 6-meter mark at the top of the area, and the dot 4 meters out after that is typically where the players like to take it. So watch out for that. This game rewards skill. It rewards footwork and punishes overly aggressive play. It's 2 20-minute halves with stock, unlimited substitutions. This game is fast and furious. One of the most exciting sports on the planet is futsal. And one of the greatest tournaments is the Concacaf Futsal Championship. Take a look at Palacios, the 21-year-old who played Juventus in Nicaragua. Oh, and an opportunity for Canada, but Rodriguez sticks his leg out and prevents any further threat. Last thing you want to do if you're Nicaragua is giving space to number 9, Loic Kwame, as we see a mishit there by Safwan Mala. Rodriguez gives a nice throw, but not meeting his mark. Picked up by Kwame. Nicaragua breakout, and a great slide there. To recover there for Canada was Yassine Saad. We see Mbusha and Palacios up front. Mejia with the inbounds kick. And Saad sticking real close. And making the safe move was out, go back to Rodriguez, who puts it back out to Palacios. Who almost picked off there by Kwame. And once he gets going, it is extremely difficult to stop the 27-year-old force of nature out of Montreal. What was wild was he was thinking of futsal and only played 3 games as the pickoff from Nicaragua. Key opportunity. Oh, big stop by John Smits. The rebound missed now by Nicaragua. 2 key opportunities missed by the host nation. And the Canadian bench breathing a sigh of relief as we see Crip with the shot and the rebound. Missed out there. Canada now on the move. John Smits telling his boys to calm down. This is some veteran leadership here from a man who hasn't played futsal that long. As we said, won his domestic championship tournament last year. And his performances at the Ontario Futsal Cup for 9 de Octubre really stood out and became one of the 2 selected keepers alongside of Callum Weir, who's the first ever Yukon player to represent Canada. Speaking of goalies, Rudy Rodriguez from Santa Amelia having himself a pretty fine tournament so far, but certainly wants to lead his home team into that quarterfinal stage where anything can happen. We see Canada now in the attack, but picked off by Nicaragua. Breakout. Gonna have to reset. Oh, Canada now. Ooh, good defensive effort there by Crip to prevent Kwame going deep. Lots of pressure defensively from both teams, but Canada looking fluid now. Yeah, definitely a foul. Good job there by the referee. Palacios putting his hands up against Madzi, or in this case, actually putting in against Mala. .946 left here in the first half. Canada up 1-0 on Nicaragua. Both teams needing a win. Loic Kwame. An opportunity. We'll see what kind of set play Canada pulls out. Kwame lines up. Passes it over to Chamelet. Just puts it off the mark out there. See just a miss-hit, flying high up into that first deck. Nicaragua on the attack, running down the sideline there and taking the left-footed shot. Ezequiel Sequeira, 23-year-old who plies his trade at Yunnan, Managua. The crowd knows him well. Hoping for a little bit more of that magic. Beautiful ball, up to the pivot position. Very experienced player taking the ball again. Back and forth battle. The throw for the keeper, Rodriguez. Launches it, and it's a breakaway for Nicaragua. Coming out and they score! What a finish out there by number 9, Ezequiel Sequeira. We just talked about what he can do and what he wanted to do in front of his hometown, and he just delivered with a left-footed strike in the bottom right corner. Beautiful pass by Rodriguez. Chamelet beaten. No mistake about it. Beautifully placed out there, beating John Smits, and the crowd is absolutely wild here in Managua. 1-1, Canada and Nicaragua in the final match day 3 at the Concacaf Futsal Championships with just over 9 minutes left to play here in the first half. Canada! Wide of the mark there was Madzi, the 20-year-old sensation. And you can hear this crowd now. This is something else. It's certainly the first time they've hosted this tournament, but it won't be the last. Hope to see this tournament extend and being hosted across the CONCACAF region. It's been in Costa Rica, it's been in Guatemala. Hopefully we get to see it in Mexico, the United States, or Canada in the coming editions, but Nicaragua, the hospitality, second to none. Great arena, great hosts. They're being treated to a great match right now between Canada and their hometown boys in blue as Canada go deep. A layoff there missed. No foul called by the ref, a little flick along the sidelines. And Nicaragua on the attack, but John Smits intelligent enough to come out of his area and put that out. Year-old man, relatively new to futsal, definitely not a stranger to soccer, but his performances have been absolutely sublime over the past 2 seasons. And now finding himself on the Canadian national team. Absolutely remarkable story. Nicaragua will have the kick in just at the top of the Canadian zone. No threat there, picked up by Smits. An incredibly difficult man to mark. And that's why they need 2 of them to do it. Foul called against Canada. As we said, there's 5 accumulated fouls per half. Not much here as we see a big tumble and Lester Kripp going down. Kripp plays for Uni Futsal, one of 4 players from the club, representing along with Wesley Ruiz, Marcelo Alvarado, and of course, Roberto Diaz. Very strong representation here for the Nicaraguan side. Nicaragua deep. Tightly marked by Mala. Nicaragua deep into the Canadian zone, a little bit of space. And off of a Canadian defender. Nicaragua again with the kick in. And a weak effort there by Kripp. Tries to throw it back in, but Canada will come out. Kwame 1v1. Smartly played out there by Lacayo. Lacayo's the oldest player on Nicaragua at the age of 31. Canada on the attack. Mala, beautiful ball to Kwame, back to Mala. Oh, and Rodriguez sticks his leg out. Great goalkeeping there by Rodriguez. Canada scores! Just as quickly as they were stopped, they came back and delivered 2-1, and that absolutely silenced the crowd instantly. Big time goal out there. As we see the slide from Saad, putting it far down for Mbusha, who made no mistake. Johnny on the spot to beat Rodriguez. And a huge, huge goal by the captain to put Canada 2-1 with 7:28 left in the first. We see a player down now from Nicaragua as the physiotherapists come out to assess the situation. What a pivotal goal that was for Canada. Will certainly give them the confidence to attack more. They've had some big threats, and they've been given a little bit more space than they should be. And in that case, Mbusha left wide open to just tap it in. Player coming off as we take a look again. Saad, beautiful pass. Beautiful timing, and Mbusha just slots it in. Great team effort there by the Sporting Montreal duo. And the difference in sound after that second Canada goal is something else. The silence is just as deafening as those horns were. But Nicaragua certainly won't be stopped. And a foul called against Canada. And a card, the first one of the day, going over to number 6, Montasar El Harchali. You see there, he sticks out the leg. Just outside of the penalty area. And a dangerous free kick opportunity here for the hosts. Lining up to take, it's going to be Lester Cripp. Up, takes the shot, and a complete misfire. An opportunity squandered there for Nicaragua. And if there was one player you wanted it to be, if you're a Nicaraguan fan, is Lester Cripp indeed. Canada recovering out of their zone, but giving it away again to Nicaragua. Flick it out there. Bringing it over down to Sequeira. Goes in, tries to take a shot, but it's going to take more than that. From that distance to beat John Smits. The ball posted up. Canada with a shot! Big time save by Rodriguez. Recovered by Lopez in the corner. And Nicaragua will come out. Fans starting to make a little more noise after being silenced by that Mbusha goal. Oh, and a little too much sauce on that ball out there to be handled. Smits will throw it out. Chamelet. And a giveaway again to Nicaragua as they penetrate the Canadian zone. A big run. And a shot off the mark out there. As we see Montasar's shot, Rodriguez. 6 minutes exactly left now here in the first half in Managua between Canada and the host Nicaragua, with everything on the line. Canada again, the attack. Ball control, Mala puts it off the Nicaraguan defender. Kick in for Canada. As we see Carlos Sotela urging his team to press forward and hold down the fort at the back. Mala trying to get over to Kwame, and he got that and gone 1v1. That could have been a very dangerous situation for Nicaragua. And Mala just puts it. Rodriguez casually picking it up, fires it down, picked up by Luna. Luna again. Taking it, goes off a Canadian defender. It'll be a corner kick for Nicaragua. Top. Ooh, the shot just wide out there. Smits marking to his defender that he probably couldn't see it until the last moment. Just making his communication there with Ambusha, letting him know. All goalkeepers know, don't get screened out there by their own defenders. Nothing drives them more crazy than that. We see the 30-year-old captain from Montreal lead the charge out. Ooh, and a big bump on the floor there. Nicaragua on the attack. The right shot, not getting enough juice on it there, was Brian Correa. But Nicaragua again picking the pocket of Canada, taking a shot. And blocked out there. Oh, and a huge tackle for Nicaragua as they go at a 2v1. Will he take it? And there we go. Big save again by Smits. Nicaragua pressing in the last minute and a half or so. Canada got to be very careful as we take a look. Correa not really hitting out there. Spitz taking no chances and pairing it out. Corner kick, Nicaragua. Right up to the top. Oh, and he had a lot more space to work, but he rushed that shot and put it over the bar. I think Soquera wishes he made a different decision on that play, as he had a few meters to go out and wind up. And a foul called against Canada. And that's the 5th foul of the half for Canada. So any foul Canada concedes here on in for the remaining 4 minutes and 27 seconds will result in an unopposed free kick from 10 meters out. That is a dangerous situation to be in for any team, and Canada's going to have to be less physical, and they're going to have to make sure that they don't do it. Otherwise, Nicaragua will have an absolutely key opportunity to tie this game up if they get that spot. And here they are again, left-footed shot. Smits doing well to position himself and make it look easy as he tends to do. Beautiful move there. Look at the speed on the outside. Oh, and try to find the space. Ailen Canusi. And the speed of this line, there's a foul against Nicaragua, and it's going to be a card as well. A lot more aggression in this game than on match day 2 between the teams, as we see Manuel Nahia taking down Madzi Jalab. Just under the 4 minutes mark here. Canada with an opportunity to go up by 2 and silence this crowd even further. Madzi Losing possession as Nicaragua break out. Trying to find that pass. Down just left of center. Picked off. Nicaragua again. Oh, great pass. Oh, and wonderful defending there by Madzi to prevent that breakaway against Smits. A shot missed there. Mejia, the man who just got the yellow. A nerve-wracking first half for both teams. Oh, Kwame going wide. Puts it out, touching Root. And it'll be a kick in deep in the Nicaraguan zone for Canada with 3:16 left on the clock. And a big boot there by Kwame. If that had gotten on target, Rodriguez could have had a little. The power of the shot that this man Loic Kwame possesses is absolutely unbelievable. Chamelet. Bringing it back. Agua taking possession again. No foul. Oh, there's one right there. And that's it. And Kwame not happy about conceding that. And we see the coaching staff not happy as well. With 2:55 left. We see Kwame take it down, and as we see a timeout now called by Nicaragua, and the crowd is roaring again. Nicaragua is about to have an unopposed free kick. It's essentially a penalty, more or less, from 10 meters out. And the goalkeeper is allowed to come out 5 meters, which is that little white line at the top of the screen there in front of the goal area, should the goalkeeper desire as such. So we see the replay there of the goal from Sequeira. But the beautiful play right here from Saad, and a brilliant pass to Usha to tap it in. That is top-class stuff from Yassine Saad, a 22-year-old native whose futsal career is just starting to thrive. And it seems like he's got quite a few years to give to this national team. Lining up to take it, Ezequiel Sequeira, the 23-year-old who plays his futsal in Managua. He will blow the roof off of this place if he scores against Smits. Smits looked like he was going to come out off his line. Can Sequeira tie it for Nicaragua? Sequeira. Blast it, big save. The rebound, he scores. Smits made an initial big save, but Sequeira on the rebound blows this place out. And the fans are going absolutely wild here in Managua. 2-2 with 2:53 left here in the first half. As we take a look, Smits fired directly at him, but the rebound. This man follows up. About it, and the Canadian defenders going to be ruining that missed chance. John Smits is one of the toughest goalkeepers to beat on PKs, and he made his initial stop, but it's so difficult to stop those rebounds, especially when it's from the quality of a player like Ezequiel Sequeira. 2-2, under 3 minutes. And again, neither of these teams can tie. Each team has to win in order to advance to the quarterfinals. They're sitting each right now on 1 draw and 1 loss, so only 1 point. Oh, what a ball! Canada on the attack. And the shot there by Montasar El Harcharli. Going off the defender, kick for Canada. You can hear the horns now. This crowd is back alive. Oof. And definitely getting under that was Kwame. That ball went high into the second deck. And Nicaragua now coming back out. Oh, great moves out there, and sneaking it just left of the goal was Patrick Lu, 25-year-old from Chelsea Messiah. Oh, a nice ball laid out there. Kwame one-on-one. He's going to get the shot. No! And Canada scores! Lays it off again. Super similar to what we saw in their second goal. Again gets it in. Nicaragua completely caught again in the same position as we see Kwame draw all three of them. And Ambusha, again, knowing exactly where he needs to be. His second tap-in of the half, putting Canada up 3-2 and silencing this crowd immediately just after they got hyped up from Nicaragua, tying it 3-2 Canada, 2:19 left in the first. And again, any foul Canada concedes will result in an unopposed 10-meter kick again for Nicaragua. So the Maple Leafs have to be very, very cautious. You'll be hearing it from the bench. No foul, no foul. The common chant in futsal. Nicaragua from the top. Taking 1v1 left-footed shot. Hitting the side of the goal there was Sequeira. And Nicaragua are going to have to plug that far post out there for three guys to go against Kwame. He certainly deserves the respect, but you can't be leaving a player wide open and just tap it in. And that's been the second time that Nicaragua allowed that. And the captain, Mbusha, laying the ball off for Mala. Mbusha with his 2 goals so far. Will he get the hat trick in this game, like his teammate Loic Kwame did yesterday? Rudy Rodriguez coming out of his goal. Laying it off. Now to Sequeira. Puts it across the court. Back over to Barrientos. Oh, picked off out there, and Canada on the counter. That's a foul. And definitely a card as well. Being it to Patrick Luna. He tries to run off the court before being issued the card. As we see again, the foul on Mala, leaving a streak of sweat going at least 3 meters across that court. Still down. Again, it's an unforgiving court. When you fall down, there's no artificial grass, there's no real grass, there's no soil to cushion it. As we see the cleaning crew come out here, so much contact that we're seeing more brooms than a curling match on this court. Canada again. Looking to put it up, but just wide for Obeng Tabi. Nicaragua. Sequeira laying it off. Over to Kripp. Kripp maintaining possession. Nicaragua desperately looking to tie it before the end of the half. Definitely keep the crowd happy here in Managua. Nicaragua making the move. Picked up again by Kripp. Puts it on the right side. And a wasted effort there by Marcelo Alvarado. Very rare you're going to catch John Smits from that far out. 20 seconds left, and Canada will be happy to take a 3-2 lead. As we see Obeng Tabi, the 23-year-old. And another foul by Nicaragua. Canada lined up for the free kick with 9.4 seconds left. What a huge opportunity this would be if Canada could capitalize. The experienced Sebastian Lopez blasted in. I want to see how close that got. It just went right wide of the net. Rudy Rodriguez with 8 seconds, rolling it out. Let's see if Nicaragua can get one last shot off. Doesn't appear to be the case, and it looks like this game will see Canada leading Nicaragua in their own home, 3-2 here at halftime. We see the high fives between Chamelet, Obeng, Lopez, and the rest of the Canadian side. Again, both teams needing a win to advance to the quarterfinal stage. And Canada right now holding that advantage. This would take them to 4 points and would make them one of the top 2 best third-place finishers, surpassing Suriname. The United States on 4 points. We're finishing third in Group C. Again, 3 groups of 4. The top 2 in each group go on, and the top 2 third-place finishers advancing. And Canada only 20 minutes away from getting to the quarterfinal. This is futsal, and there's plenty of time to go. As we take a look at the capacity crowd here in Managua. right, and we're back here getting ready for the second half between Canada and Nicaragua. Here, in front of a raucous crowd in Managua, Canada and Nicaragua both needing a win to advance to the quarterfinal stage. We're a date with Costa Rica, the three-time defending champions, await in the quarterfinal. And whoever wins their quarterfinal matches books their ticket to Uzbekistan for the FIFA Futsal World Cup. And just moments away, Nicaragua, curious to hear what was said in that dressing room. Carlos Sotella trying to get his team into the next round and give these fans a real happy ending to the end of the group stage. As we have kickoff, Nicaragua wasting it deep as Canada will gain possession in their own half. Back over to Smits, brings it over down to Yassine Saad, who runs wild. Oh, just a little extra step, but Canada still putting the pressure deep in the zone, wide open again on that far post. Nicaragua not doing a good job in getting that unmarked man checked off, and that's cost them 2 goals in the first half. And if they keep doing that, Canada's definitely going to be able to exploit that, as Captain Mbusha has done before, twice already. Canada on the attack. A 2-goal lead would be exactly what the doctor ordered for Canada if they did it, but Nicaragua coming deep out there with the hard shot, missing the mark, was Saquera. He was definitely the star of Nicaragua in the first half. Canada going deep again, looking to find Kwame wide open, but blocked out there was Alvarado. Canada with a kick in deep in the Nicaraguan zone. Here in the first minute of the second half. So we see number 7, Captain Mbusha for Canada, delivering it back over to the right side of the pitch. It'll be a kick in. Mala, back over to Mbusha. Nicaragua deep in their zone, trying to take on 2 guys there with Saquera. As we see Yassine Saad, a pivotal part of this Canadian team. As Nicaragua attack, holding possession, bringing it back over to Alvarado, goes back into his zone. Oh, and a missed pass, miscommunication there again by Nicaragua. Canada playing out of their half. Nicaragua are going to press them even harder for sure. Nicaragua going in, an opportunity. It looks like it took a tip. It did not. And John Smits will launch it back out. Canada with an opportunity. And a bullet going over the bar there was Loic Kwame with a little smile on his face. If you give him space, that man is going to make you pay. Coming into the match, 5 goals, leading Canada. He definitely wants more. That man is always hungry. We see Canada lining up for the free kick. An opportunity here to double up their lead and go up 4-2. Plenty of time left here in the second half. Both teams are going to give every single ounce of sweat and energy that they have to clinch that spot as they line up. The pass. And Chabalais being blocked by a Nicaraguan defender. Canada pressed back in their zone. Punted out there, but controlled nicely by Sebastian Lopez. Delivers it over to Chabalais on the left side. Back to Seba, the experienced futsaler. Oh, a beautiful run yet again and again. Time again with Madzi. He's just so fluid, so quick. You just see his hair fly back out there. Looks like the Flash. That's it. It's only amazing that he's 20 years old. Lopez trying to get around, gets it over. Chabalais. Canusi, the Chabalais. Lopez. Oh, great pass to Chabalais! And they score! Canada takes a 4-2 lead, courtesy of the veteran, Daniel Chabalais. Unbelievable stuff out there between him, Sebastian Lopez, as we see Lopez delivering the first initial stop, and Rodriguez can't reach back to prevent it. And when you need veteran leadership, you call upon Daniel Chabalais, playing in his 4th Concacaf Futsal Championship and delivering a much needed goal here just past the 3-minute mark in the second half. Canada now up 4-2 and inching closer to the knockout stage. But Nicaragua certainly won't be undone, laying it off again, putting a left foot. And Smits there to save the day, throwing it as Canada counter. A wide open Seba Lopez. That has been the Achilles heel for Nicaragua. And you could say that the goal silenced the crowd, but everybody knows when you play in Central America, these fans are relentless and they never ever stop until the very end. They're loyal, they're hungry, and they're rabid for futsal. So you can expect this crowd to pick it up, to drive their team forward a little bit more, as Nicaragua now have possession in the Canadian half. Go, and Nicaragua putting it back in. Finding wide open. Oh, cutting across. Shooting again. John Smits to save the day for Canada. But Nicaragua on the press again. Oh, great way to come back. Oh, look at this again. Nicaragua. But John Smits with his big mitts. And it might have even been his face as he's clutching against that right now. As we see the big blast. Kwame with the dive. Oof. And you could just see Smits down on the ground. That is not good news for Canada. He has been solid at the back, stopping that PK earlier from Sequeda. as we see Lester Cripp. As the physiotherapist comes out to check on Big Smits. The 6'5" giant. And because the physiotherapist came out, he's going to kind of have to come out. Nope, they're leaving him in. All right, corner kick for Nicaragua. Lays it off. The shot! Wide right. Marco Chavez finally getting some of his minutes in. As the long-range ball by Smits goes deep into the Nicaragua end, but it'll be a throw for Rudy Rodriguez. A little bit too much there. Safwan Malah. One of two returning players from the 2021 team. Look how sweet and crisp it is. Big time right shot stopped by Rodriguez. Safwan Malah, 22 years old, playing in his second Concacaf championship. He just makes it look so simple and easy with the way he moves. And it's only a matter of time before a professional club in Europe or South America comes knocking at this young man's door. Canada putting it up. Sad. Tabala to Kwame. Canada holding the ball deep in the Nicaraguan area. Picked out in Nicaragua on the counter. The flick, but it was directly at the Canadian keeper. And if this is your first ever futsal match, you already know that there's a lot of goals. And the crowd is hot. The stakes are as high as they can possibly be. Loser goes home, winner advances. Surely we can expect more goals, big saves. Oh, Rodriguez almost caught out of the net. Canada on the attack. Here it is, wide open. Oh, big stop there by Rodriguez on Malah. And Abusha, back to Malah. Keeper out of his net, wipes out, kicks the defender. Canada, relentless pressure right here. Putting it in, Rodriguez getting a paw on it. Oh, and following up with the shot wide right there was the big man, Loet Kwame. That's a man you want shooting unopposed on that net. And again, Smits cutting off the angle. Having a stellar game so far. Nicaragua bringing it out now to Sequeira. Some movement there by Wesley Ruiz. Ruiz trying to get it over to the post there, but missing the mark with Sequeira. Canada ball in their own half, under 14 minutes remaining in the game. The next round we see the Dominican Republic versus Cuba, Guatemala versus Mexico, and depending on what happens here, Costa Rica, nice turn by Lopez. Oh, gives it up, and Nicaragua on the attack. 1v1. Ooh, and a little too much sauce on that one to handle. Opportunity squandered there by Nicaragua. Oh no, Bang Tabi swinging that shot, forcing Rodriguez to go low. Great ball in by Canada. Bang finds Lopez far. And Lopez fouled. And Marco Chavez not agreeing with the referee. As we take a look at the battle between Lopez and Chavez. We're going to see the free kick here by Canada. And it'll be Tabi. Oh, goodness. Was it a goal? No, the contact out there, Rodriguez. Oh, a close opportunity Canada had out there with the veteran Sebastian Lopez swinging it in, and Rodriguez. Are you kidding me? The ball not crossing the line. What a huge save by Rodriguez. Could that be a pivotal moment that ignites Nicaragua back into the game? You see Ruiz going 1v1 and going right through Palacios, his intended target at the post. Smits with the big throw, finding Kwame in the corner. Going 1v1 there with Chavez. Putting the ball off Kwame and now getting a free kick deep in his zone. Finds Palacios. Nicaragua on the attack. Easy work there for Smits. And a foul again, unnecessarily by Palacios. Unnecessary foul out there. And again, 5 accumulated fouls out there. You don't want to waste them like that. Here he comes. Yassine Saad. Driving deep in there. Nicaragua will break out. Nicaragua going in. No real viable threat there. Chabalet looking to calm it down to Saad. Nicaragua take possession. .11:48 left on the clock. A spot in the knockout stage on the line in this final group stage match. And the nerves tested as we see Nicaragua was looking to do a cross court, and a shot off the volley was the intent, but not able to execute there. But the nerves on the bench. You can see head coach Kit Zeledopoulos, his 3rd attempt at making the World Cup, desperately wanting it. So close now to get to that quarterfinal stage. Barking instructions at his players. Quarter kick, Nicaragua. Over down to Sequeira. Crip. Back to Sequeira. These two have been working well in tandem together all tournament long so far. And Palacios trying to put it out there, but there was no one home. Nicaragua can not afford to make another defensive lapse. It has cost them a pair of goals so far. As we see Ruiz. Nicaragua in the center, an opportunity here. And they get the goal they need. Wesley Ruiz finishing off the pass from Franklin Palacios. And it is now a 4-3 game, and this crowd is back up and at it, as you can see right now, and you can definitely hear it. The layoff to Palacios, who puts it back in the center, and making no mistake was Ruiz. Big time play by the young 21-year-old star from Uni Futsal. And with 10:51 left, Canada holding on to a 1-goal lead against the hosts, who now have the crowd on full blast in their favor. What an arena for futsal. This game's going to go right down to the wire as we see Rodriguez coming out of his goal. And Nicaragua in the Canadian zone will take the kick in. Lester Kripp is definitely going to be eating some minutes for the rest of the match. And another ball in the same position. Oh, beautifully picked by Sebastian Lopez on defense. Now possession in the corner given to Nicaragua. Wesley Ruiz back in. Nicaragua. Back over to Ruiz. Brings it up to Sequeira. Sequeira with the shot. And John Smits gets down to save the day again for Canada. Again, a tie is not good enough for either of these sides. Someone has to win to advance. And Canada on the attack. Ooh, opportunity there for Madzi Jalab. As Canada will now get a corner. Under 10 minutes remaining. And the pass out to Canusi. Not hitting the mark at all. We see Rudy Rodriguez throwing the ball in the center, finding his intended target. A nice move out there by Palacios, who takes the shot and just goes wide right of the net. And Nicaragua have the confidence now. You can absolutely see it. They know what's at stake. They have the crowd on their side. But Canada resilient at the back so far. Backed by the rock that is John Smits. Kwame with the shot, and he scores! That's how you answer it. This man is a threat. He is just a monster that feels no pain. He cannot be reasoned with. Again, Loic Kwame silencing the crowd with another goal. Canada 5-3 with 9:24 left on the clock here in Managua. What a rocket that was. Beats off Lester Kripp and just perfectly placed. And that has taken the wind out of the sails of these fans here in Managua. Canada with a 2-goal lead, but certainly plenty of time for Nicaragua to come back. We knew this game was going to go down to the final whistle. There would be no quit, neither of these teams. But we've seen a series of real solid goals so far. And the latest, one of the most important, from Kwame, the leading goal scorer of Canada in this tournament. Canada again on the attack. Laid off. Oh, trying to go low between the legs was Yacine Saad, but Rodriguez shutting that door. And going up 6-3 would have been absolutely pivotal for Canada. And they could have really enjoyed that. But Rodriguez has been a rock Smits, oh, there's a foul again on Nicaragua. And they're not happy one bit about it. Marcelo Alvarado is complaining to the referee. Loic Kwame's a hard man to mark, as we saw just moments ago when he scored that goal. And now, an opportunity for Canada to add to that tally and double up their lead. We see Rodriguez directing his defenders. He knows the power of Kwame. Kwame wants to bury it in the back. There's one man on Canada who can pick his spots. It's definitely the number 9. Hits Rodriguez. Canada still retained possession in their opponent's half. Picked up by Mala, who's in the corner. Is there anyone wide open? No, it goes out of bounds. Rodriguez rolls it out over to Chavez. Chavez getting the ball. Over down. And intercepted again by Canada. Mala, a hard man to go 1v1 with. And a missed pass. Down over. We'll see Nicaragua retain possession here. And a wasted effort. As the 6'5" gentle giant John Smits rolls out the ball to captain Mbusha, who has 2 goals on the night. Canada on the attack. Mbusha out wide. Down to Lopez. Lopez with a nice deft move. Gets it off. A left-footed shot out there by Montesar. Pushed out by Rodriguez for a Canada corner. Take a look at that. Montesar with a hard shot. Rodriguez positions himself nicely. Canada would love nothing more than to get that 6th goal and double their lead. Surely it's only going to be a matter of time before Nicaragua gets the attacking keeper situation out there. Oh, beautiful move. Mbusha past his defender. Oh, they're calling a foul on it. Seemed to be minimal contact, but the referee seeing something he didn't like, and Mbusha gets an accumulated. Yeah, both players battling hard, and Mbusha doesn't like it, but you're never going to beat the referee in an argument. As Nicaragua come on the attack, and it appeared he was going to shoot, but Wesley Ruiz instead trying to put it in the center. Puts it towards the goal area, but not getting through the defender. And a foul called against Nicaragua. It's Wesley Ruiz wrapping his arms around Obeng. And Sebastian Lopez. No foul called out there. Fortunate for Nicaragua. The referee's letting it go. The assistant coach is out there wondering why they're not being called, but it is a contact sport. Rodriguez comes out of his goal. Brings it over as Nicaragua have an opportunity. And a blast wide right of the goal out there. Nicaragua having some intent now as Luna just misses the mark. They're going to need to get closer to beat Big John Smits out here. With under 7 minutes remaining in the second half, Canada still up by 2. Safwan Mala looking to find Kwame, puts it off the chest of Alvarado instead. Mala looking for the safer option. Decent defending there by Nicaragua on the counter now. Oh, and a foul and a card coming from Loic Kwame. As we see Kwame, super speedy, but also handsy too, and unnecessarily fouling Ruiz. And a dangerous opportunity here. If Nicaragua can score here, this place is going to go nuts. They shoot! And Smits with his mitts paws that out. Key save after key save here. Strong between the pipes. Corner kick, Nicaragua. Oh, and a breakaway for Canada. Oh, Kwame lost it. Gets it to, oh, and they still score. There it is. Montassar going to the cameras and celebrating Canada's 6th goal. And they now double their lead. 6-3 with 6:06 left on the clock in the second half. Huge goal by Canada. We saw the breakaway. Kwame wanted to shoot, but he was going back and forth with the keeper, and the defender just couldn't stop that left-footed shot by Montassar. And a timeout now called by Nicaragua. Canada can smell it now. There's still plenty of time, though. This is futsal. 6:06 is a lifetime. Plenty of goals can happen. Plenty of things can happen in that meantime. But my goodness, that 6th goal is huge for Canada. As we see Carlos Sotela getting the board out and instructing what he wants from his players. And everybody here knows if Nicaragua does not win this game, they do not advance. If they tie, both teams are eliminated from the competition. Nicaragua would finish 3rd in Group B if they were to draw, and Canada would finish last. Well, that's an afterthought right now because Canada is up by 3 and looking well poised to get to 4 points and qualify for that quarterfinal match where they would take on Costa Rica, the 3-time defending champions, on Wednesday, April 17th. And a reminder, you can catch all the matches on Concacaf Go, Concacaf's YouTube channel, and all the TV rights providers in your respective home nation. Nicaragua now in the attack. Palacios attacking goalkeeper out. You're going to see a lot of pressure here. Nicaragua, Smits throws it out. Down to Chamelet. A lot of the experienced futsalers on this court now for Canada to try and hold it down. So we see Nicaragua on the attack again. Can they get the shot off? Blocked by Chamelet. Corner kick for Nicaragua. As we see Nicaragua with the attacking keeper. They're going to control this ball in the zone. The risk here is that Nicaragua's net is empty. Great risk. But the reward if successful, would be a spot in the next round and a chance to qualify for the Futsal World Cup. See this rotation starting now. Oh, and a poor effort there. Canada regaining possession can temporarily breathe a sigh of relief. But that won't last long as there's still 5:08 left on the clock. The ball punted over. As we see the exchange. Rodriguez coming out in favor of an attacking player. Once he's over that halfway line, he can touch the ball as many times as he wants for as long as he wants. But if he's in his own half, then he has a few seconds as Nicaragua attack. Oh, and another misfire there. Highly uncharacteristic from Ezequiel Sequeira. Maybe the pressure's starting to get to them. Canada almost getting through. Nicaragua, though, on the counter. No foul, just solid defending there. Putting it out. And a throw for Smits. Well done there by the Canadian defense. Smits lobs it out. Ooh, almost an opportunity there for Canada, but Nicaragua quickly counter. A 1v1 situation, what will they do? They shoot, stopped by Smits. Corner kick, Nicaragua. Take a look at the replay. Sequeira with the shot on target. Palacios out wide to Crip. Crip and Palacios know each other well. They're going to exploit all the space they can. Canada holding on. So close to the next round. Luna with an attempt. Directly at Safwan Mala. Probably not the best opportunity there for Luna. But they'll still pile on the pressure. Nicaragua's net is wide open. If Canada can stop this, they have a wide open net. Going down low. Oh, and a mishit. That was a key opportunity there for Nicaragua. And they just can't believe it. .327 left on the clock. Nicaragua again on the attack, cutting into the center. No foul being called, but that looks like it's going to be one right there. Nope, out of bounds. Possession will be given over to Nicaragua. It looked like he'd stuck the arm out. The referee called it. But indeed, Nicaragua possession. The clock is ticking, and it's a 3-goal deficit. Again, this is futsal. Plenty of goals, plenty of time. But under 3 minutes remaining. Nicaragua on the attack with an open goal. And here it is. Oh, just left of the goal. That would have probably put it away. Rodriguez. Well, not Rodriguez. Rodriguez came out for the attacking keeper. No number listed on the back of that kit. It's Nicaragua on the attack. Down in the far corner, taking the shot. Oh, and that could have been the 4th goal for Nicaragua. And just too much power out there. Smits throws it down. Oh, the giveaway, but Nicaragua with a lucky bounce. Here it is. Oh, and they can't get it. No penalty at all out there. Just incidental contact as Smits throws it back out. 2:10 on the clock. Rodriguez will come out. And the extra attacker will be Wesley Ruiz, the 21-year-old. 2 minutes remaining. Desperate times for Nicaragua in front of their home fans. All 8,000 in attendance here in Managua. Here's an opportunity for them. Oh, completely misfired by Manuel Mejia. We're seeing a free kick. The referee having a conversation with the Canadians, letting them know what we're seeing. Yeah, there was definitely some obstruction there, courtesy of the hands of Madzi Jalab, the young 20-year-old star from Albi Futsal in Montreal, and a key opportunity that you have to think needs to be scored on by Lester Kripp. Kripp with the pass. Kripp again. Oh, the misfire out there. A $1:39 remaining. And it just seems inevitable that Canada's about to clinch the spot in the quarterfinal round. No foul called on the contact against Smits. And Canada just happy to keep that clock ticking. Down again and again. Mala over to Chamelet, a four-time tournament veteran out of Toronto, starting in 2012. Canada doing a great job in killing this clock. No foul called. Nicaragua on the counter. Oh, their passes are just off the mark. The nerves are clearly hitting them. That's about the 5th or 6th time that they've missed on the counter due to an errant pass. And here we go, Bang Tabi trying to find his player wide. Nicaragua desperate with under a minute remaining. And Canada on the attack, wide open. Oh, and a big save by Rodriguez. Trying to keep his team hyped up as we see the beautiful pass by Obeng. Madzi wanted to get on the sheet as well. Nicaragua got attacked, but they're just out of sync. There's just not a lot of chemistry at the moment. 3 goals to get it in 30 seconds. Look at this. This is not exactly what you want to see if you're down by 3 in front of your home fans. Oh, and again with the errant pass, and it is very, very much, barring a disaster here by Canada, it looks like they'll be facing Costa Rica in the quarterfinals for a World Cup spot come Wednesday. And don't forget, after the match, we'll have the full standings from all groups. And of course, the highlights here is Nicaragua are about 8 seconds away from getting eliminated at home. They're even just looking for one. No contact, and Smits runs out the clock. The big man, a big key of why Canada has just qualified for the quarterfinals here at the Concacaf Futsal Championships. Big win for the Canadians, who started off slow in the tournament with a draw and a loss yesterday to Panama, but make it up for it as we see Lorenzo Redwood hugging Safwan Mala, the big part of this team advancing. Huge, huge victory for Canada. Finishing as one of the best third place runners-up. And both sets of squads out here applauding the fans of Managua, who are very loud and very raucous. You always want to try and see the home team go far so that the crowd gets into it and the vibe of futsal continues throughout. Well, this is the game they play in Canada, doing their part to deafen the crowd with 6 goals today against the host in a clutch victory. We're going to take a look at the highlights again out here with the own goal coming off the back of Roberto Diaz. Sebastian Lopez putting the ball in there, and good things happen when you put the ball towards the goal. Nicaragua coming in, but Smits with the first stop. And the miss there, uncharacteristic by Lester Kripp. And a beautiful ball by Rodriguez. Sees a left-footed shot going in by Sequeira, the veteran, to tie this game and get the crowd into it. 1-1. And a beautiful slide tackle by Yassine Saad, and an even better pass over to Captain Mbusha, who's Johnny on the spot. Puts Canada back up 2-1. 10-meter kick. First stop, the second. Sequeira would not be denied as he finishes up to tie the game up, and this crowd went wild after that one. Carlos Satella, a happy guy there. Kwame, again, drawing all 3 defenders out, as we see here, and wide open for the second time in the half is Mbusha, his second goal of the match. That's why he's got the captain's armband. We see another opportunity with Chamelet going in out here, courtesy of Sebastian Lopez. Rodriguez reaching out, but to no avail. The 4-time tournament veteran doing it up. 4-2 Canada at that point. John Smits, point-blank save right out here to keep it down. That hurt him, but not enough to take him out of the game as Canada keep pressing. Rodriguez in goal. Palacios gets it over down to Wesley Ruiz, the 21-year-old, slots it low and gives the Nicaraguans some hope. But it was just too many Canadian relentless efforts there by Loic Kwame, the man who's just scored time and time again. Rocket after rocket. Here, almost looked like he lost the opportunity, but handed it off over to Montasar, who made no mistake with his left-footed low shot into the bottom right corner. The Canadians happy as it gets. Nine goals. We hope you're happy as we take a look at the final Group B standings. Panama, losing earlier today, still finishing top of the group with 6 points. Cuba, with their victory, moves them into second place at 5 points. And Canada, with 4 points, finishes as one of the best third-place finishers to advance. Group A, Costa Rica finishing undefeated with 9 points. Mexico with 6. And Suriname, with Canada's win, is now eliminated with their 3 points. And Haiti finishing winless in the tournament. And Group C, we see Guatemala top the group with 7 points. The Dominican Republic, courtesy of the big win over the USA, gets them at 6 points, clinching second place. And the USA, the other best second, third place finisher with 4 points. Meanwhile, Trinidad and Tobago finishing with 3 losses. So let's check out the brackets. Costa Rica, the 3-time champions, taking on tonight's victors, Canada, while the Dominican Republic takes on Cuba in the next match on that side of the bracket, while the Panamanians take on the Americans. That will be a crack of a match. And what about this rivalry with Guatemala and Mexico? This is going to be a big-time quarterfinal on Wednesday, April 17th. The winner of each game books their ticket to the FIFA Futsal World Cup later this fall in Uzbekistan. And that's it for the show. We hope you enjoyed the action here on Match Day 3 of the Concacaf Futsal Championships. We'll see you back on Wednesday. Check out Concacaf.com for all the stats, standings, news, videos, and everything you need. See you Wednesday. Have a great night.